Yo, what's going on, fam? This is your boy Rson from Overstanding Productions, and I was just sitting here at home doing a little work with the business and everything, and it hit me that I noticed that a lot of you guys are really struggling when it comes to figuring out how to actually make a beat. Um, Now, this is something that if you ask anybody, you'll get a different answer from everybody. I mean, that's just the way it is. Because making a beat, there's no real format, there's no real sounds. I mean, it all varies depending on genre. So, with that being said, I just wanted to give you the basic format because I think this will be more of a beneficial thing for you if I give you the format and allow you to take your sounds and take your drums or hats or synths or pads or whatever, and make your own sound, come up with your own creation, because I don't want to block your creativity by giving you sounds that I use and giving you a beat that I have personally. And that has nothing to do with thinking somebody may try to take it or whatever, anything. It's nothing like that. It's just I know personally from watching videos whenever I was getting started, and you hear beats from other producers, and it sparks an inspiration, but it sparks an inspiration just like theirs. So to get to the point, the first thing would be learn to read your bars. Know when you have 2 bars, 1 bar, 3, 4 bars, 8 bars, 16 bars, because that's going to really come in handy. That's going to really be important, knowing depending on what software you're using, what is considered a bar. So that's first and foremost. And just a helpful tip for me personally, I find it a whole lot easier whenever I start with the hook and get all of my main sounds in, and then progress on to the verses, taking out stuff, adding stuff. The first verse is usually more of a takeaway process and just a switch up process, between your hi-hats, sometimes your drums, and just adding nice transitions between your standard bar sessions. You know what I mean? For example, generally you have your first switch up in your beat at the 4th bar. Going from the 4th bar going into the 5th is usually when you have your first transition. It's usually something subtle, whether it's maybe a different note played or whether it's a breakdown of something being removed. Then you have your next transition, which usually comes in around your 8th bar, from 8th to 9th bar. So with that one, this is where you actually get that change where it sounds like the song just takes on a new breath of life. This is how you do that. On your 8th and 9th bar, this is where that change comes from. And when I say 8th to 9th, I mean the 8th bar leading into the 9th and the 4th bar leading into the 5th. So from there, you have your 9th through 16th. Or 9th through 12th. Just depends on what type of song format you're looking for. And of course, every 4 bars basically is when your transitions come in. Now when you're transitioning into your hooks, be sure it's a smooth transition, but you want to kind of build your way up to the hook. Because generally the hook is going to be the most exciting part of the song. It's going to be the climax, the catchy part, the tune, you know what I mean? So make sure that part there is really smooth, really clean going in, and you shouldn't have any issues. Now, the only other thing that I would say as far as structure goes, be sure to, whenever you start your second verse, and you go through your second verse, and I just got a message on my phone, but shout out to the Beat Selling Squad, man. That's my family, you know what I mean? Much love to them guys, man. And if you really need some serious help, like break down and get definitely into this process, not just making beats, but how to sell beats and everything else, Boom. Beat Selling Squad. BeatSellingSquad.com. Matter of fact, I'll leave a description and a link in the description below. So, but back to my point. The second verse is where you really, really want to pay attention to your transitions. And the reason I say that is because generally, from your second verse to the depending on if you start with a hook or if you start with a verse, it'll be your second or third verse period. Generally, now the way that it goes is, you know, you have a subtle area, and after your second or third hook, that's after the second verse, generally what you have is a breakdown. Now a breakdown is where the beat, it kind of surprises you. It's like a surprise element to where it comes in and you're kind of expecting the hook, but you get this breakdown instead, you know. So definitely study on breakdowns. I'll do another video on breakdowns, because breakdowns are something that can take an average beat that seems to be repetitive and just totally snap it into something brand new like that fast. So definitely look into that, and like I said, I'll make a video on that as well. But in closing, I mean, honestly, once you get those steps down, you have a beat, you're done. I mean, simply put. And like I said, I didn't want to do this and show you how to, because I didn't want to hold you back. I don't want to, you know, restrict your creativity. But also, I don't want a situation where, you know, well, I'm using Logic and I'm giving a description on FL Studio, because honestly, it really doesn't matter the platform as long as you know the structure. So, with that being said, I'm going to sign out now. This is your boy Rson from Overstanding Productions. Salute. BeatSellingSquad.com. If you have any more questions, if you'd like to know any more information, I tell you what, and this is only for, because I need you to be serious, because I am very busy and I don't really have time to waste, but I am here to help. That's one of my biggest goals, is to help as many people as possible in my life. That's my vision. And so with that being said, I will leave my number, my personal number where you can get in contact with me, in the description box below. So that way, if you have any questions that I may not have answered within the video, or if you just have any other questions about the Beat Selling Squad, networking, promoting, whatever the case may be, you know, you can hit me up. We'll conversate about it, see what's going on, and we'll get to it. But until next time, guys, like I said, this is your boy Rson from Overstanding Productions, BeatSellingSquad.com, signing out. Salute.